There's nothing worse in the world than someone taking your child. This isn't just a dramatic phrase, it's a devastating reality for too many people. When your child is taken from you, a part of you is ripped away. You know your baby is alive out there somewhere, but you can't be with them. You can't hold them. You can't comfort them. You can't be the parent you were meant to be. It feels like social services think they are God. And I see it everywhere, authorities acting as if they hold that divine power. Not just social services, but the whole system. The courts, the care providers, the county administrative boards, the residential homes, the foster families. They all get to decide who can be a parent and who can't. They claim they're protecting children, and of course, protecting children is paramount. But what happens when their decisions tear families apart for the wrong reasons? What happens when children are placed miles and miles away? And parents are left in the dark, not even knowing where their child is sleeping at night. When everything happens on someone else's terms, who is there to protect the parents? Who is there to protect the family unit? I have heard hundreds of stories, and they are heartbreaking. Parents who haven't seen their children in 10 years. Children being shuffled from one placement to another, never finding a stable home. Families that are completely broken. People who become so terrified of the system that they don't even dare to have more children. This isn't a rare occurrence. It happens every single day. It starts with a simple registration, a notification. That single report can trigger a chain reaction that moves with terrifying speed. Investigation, then placement. So many parents feel like they never stood a chance, that the decision was made before they could even present their side of the story. They're told to meet their children in supervised, sterile rooms. Every interaction is controlled, documented, and strictly limited. An hour here, an hour there. How can you maintain a bond under those conditions? The people who have custody of the child can completely control the narrative, painting a picture of the parent that might be completely untrue. The balance of power is gone, and then there's the money. We can't ignore the fact that there is an entire market built around these placements. Residential homes, foster care agencies, many of these are private for-profit actors. When the system itself benefits financially from keeping families apart, how can we ever truly trust its motives? The process for appealing these decisions is long, expensive, and emotionally draining. And far too often, it doesn't yield the results parents are desperately hoping for. Those who lack financial resources or a strong support network are left incredibly vulnerable, fighting a massive, faceless system all on their own. This isn't just a separation. For many, it's a spiritual violation. You are stripped of your most fundamental role as a parent. You can't comfort your child when they're sad. You can't protect them from harm. You can't show them your love day after day, year after year. The profound and lasting damage this does is immense. For the children, this forced separation can create deep-seated attachment problems, sense of instability, and a fractured identity. They're left wondering, why did my parents leave me? Didn't they love me? They carry that question with them, a heavy burden that shapes their entire lives, One of the biggest problems is that the entire system seems to be on the same page. When a mistake is made, it's almost impossible to correct. The system rarely admits its own errors. It protects itself. That's why we need external scrutiny. We need political will to examine these practices. We need the voice of the people to rise up and demand change. This is about more than just individual cases. It's about the very foundation of legal certainty and our trust in public institutions. It forces us to ask, what kind of society do we want to be? Do we want a society that defaults to tearing families apart, or one that provides support to keep them together? So, what is the path forward? We must demand transparency. We need to see the data, understand the decision-making processes, and hold people accountable. We need a system that prioritizes support before it resorts to coercion. There must be independent reviews of cases conducted by bodies that are not part of the same self-protecting circle. Parents need stronger legal support from the very beginning. A real advocate who can fight for them on a level playing field. And most importantly, we must strengthen and truly listen to the child's voice, ensuring their genuine wishes and needs are at the heart of every decision. We need political responsibility. We must collect these cases, see the patterns, and bring them into the light. We need to form coalitions of parents, legal experts, and advocates. We need to drive court cases that challenge the status quo and create legal precedents. We must create a public opinion that can no longer be ignored. Social services are not God. They might think they are, and they might wield immense power, but they are not infallible or fair. Their role is to serve, not to rule. The time to act is now. We must do it together. Our voices must be loud and clear. We demand transparency. We demand responsibility. We demand justice. The best interests of the child cannot just be a phrase they use to justify their actions. It must be a real, tangible commitment to the well-being of children. And that includes doing everything possible to maintain their bond with the parents who love them. Thank you for listening. Please share this video, and let's make our voices heard.